Hello everyone and welcome to Credit Finance. In today's video, I bring you an update regarding the IRS tax refund update. What's going on with your tax refunds, how tax season is going and some helpful tips. So just so you know, the IRS received an additional $80 billion for your taxpayer money. That was an Inflation Reduction Act. This was supposed to help them, the IRS, to hire more employees to improve customer service for us and process tax returns more quickly. The money was also, well, it's going to be used to audit more people, but those stats and we are not going to know the results of the until a few more months, so we will talk about the another day. So alright, let me tell you how's everything going. So this is coming straight from the IRS website. The IRS is processed 9.9% more tax returns right now compared to the same time last year, so they are not screwing up as badly as they were last year, and that's a compliment, and more Americans are filing their tax returns this year. So who knows what the reasons could be? I'm just speculating. That is because, well, I am guessing it's because people are trying to file their tax returns as quickly as possible to get their tax refund as quickly as possible, because people right now are not as foolish with cash as they were 12 months ago probably. It's probably because expenses have been shooting up thanks to inflation. Now going back to the states, 2.6 more tax returns sent in, 8.2% more from tax professional, 25.9% more refund issues. However, I want to point this out. So take a look at this. The average tax refund amount has fallen significantly. The average tax refund was $3,536 last year. This year it's $3,140, so that is a decrease of 11.2%. So I want to say that that's even more shocking considering that inflation is 6, 7, 8, 9% depending on which inflation metrics that you are seeing. Therefore, it is down as much as 20 in real terms. It could be more, but I am happy to see that IRS, they are processing tax returns more quickly. They are issuing tax refund more quickly this year compared to last year. I would say that's because for this tax season there were no new stimulus program that they had to get tied up or involved with, also of the Inflation Reduction Act. They got the additional money to hire more staff. Now, let's talk about the smaller tax refund. So if you already receive your tax refunds and you are shocked by how much it decreased, then please let me know in the comments below. I want to explain this. So the bigger pandemic related tax breaks, they expired on December 31st of 2021. So they were eliminated for tax year 2022. I'm going to give you the 4 bigger ones. So the first big change year over year was the charitable donation deduction. So you could claim this tax reduction even if you were taking the standard deduction, and 90s of Americans claim the standard deduction. So in other words, the benefits, it was eliminated for 90s of tax filer. So the second thing is the tax credit for childcare expenses has been reduced dramatically. So in a nutshell, you get a tax credit for childcare expenses. Daycare is a good example. In 2021, the tax credit was up to $8,000. In 2022, it's been reduced a minimum or maximum of $2,100. So obviously, that's a huge difference. Number 3 of 4, and this is probably the most widely known of the 4, is the child tax credit. So this is a tax child credit for just having qualifying children. The tax credit has been reduced, and it's been reduced significantly in 2021. The child tax credit was $3,000 for having children aged 6 to 17 years. It was $3,600 for having children under the age of 6. Now it has reverted back to $2,000, and we are talking about per child. So this one can make a big difference, especially depending on if you have, multiple qualifying children. And the last one, so 404, is the earned and income tax credit, the EITC, and this one is having a lot impact on people without children in 2021. This was very helpful to adults without qualifying children, but these beneficial rules they are now have expired in 2021. Low income workers without children were eligible to receive a tax credit up to $1,500 in 2022. It's been reduced a maximum of $560. So I hope that bring clarification on why that's happening. It's probably one of those reasons for most people. If you are still waiting on your tax refunds, here's what need to know. The IRS says the most refund will be paid within 21 days. So they say 21 days. However, in reality, a lot of people will receive their tax refund within the same week, under a week. If you want your tax refund as quickly as possible, so I would suggest that you e-file and that you also do direct deposit. That's going to be the quickest way for you to get your tax refund money. Otherwise, you're going to be waiting much longer for your tax refund. For all the tax returns filed so far, 98 of them were e-filed. If you are claiming the earned income tax credit, the EITC, those were not allowed to be processed. Those tax refunds, they were not allowed to be processed until February 15th. So now those are going out and I want to give you these tips. So honestly, this is something I highly recommend. I strongly encourage you to understand this. If you can file instead of procrastinating, you probably should, because there are a lot of benefits in doing so. The first reason is, if you file now, this will reduce your chance of becoming a victim of tax fraud. So this is where I mean, you probably heard stories of this. You probably even know some that has been a victim of this. Some jack decided to file a phony tax return with your social security number and they are trying to steal your tax refund money. It just turned out to be the biggest hassle in the world. It's just an awful experience if you file your tax return and then someone tries to do this with your social security number. Their phony tax return, it will be rejected. So the second reason is, if you are getting a tax refund, I would say go claim that money right now. Don't let the money sit with the IRS. Why are you doing the IRS favors? There are a lot of banks that are currently paying a really good interest rate on just regular saving accounts, or you can get dividends at a credit union. Even brokerage account are offering very high interest rates, or you can take the tax refund more money now and just use that money to pay off some high interest debits, the time value of money. So that's all the update that I have for today. This is your status update on tax refunds and the IRS. I hope everything goes smoothly and I hope you receive your tax refund as quickly as possible, as smoothly and as possible. So that's all the update that I have for today. Remember to turn on your notification button to know when I have uploaded a new video. Thanks for watching and see you guys next time.